but we'll give you a lighthearted, well, actually I wouldn't say it's a lighthearted approach. It will give you new insight. So for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today.
I know, you're all in red, and Obama continues his attacks on business by telling everyone he will force all American business back to the U.S. with high taxes on them if they don't come back.
I know, the guy, they're trying to figure out what world is this guy living in, going and threatening businesses that I'm going to tax you for doing legally business out of this country.
Yeah, but part of it is a lot of those large companies have foreign companies anyway.
They also work out of this country because states like California and unions drove them out.
And Obama softened the language, but hardened Muslims against us even more.
Oh yeah, because they think, okay, the Muslims don't respect weaklings like him. I mean, they don't like people that are conciliatory. They take advantage of them.
Well, what does that tell you?
That's right.
Yeah, and Obama admits that the Republicans led by Bush are responsible for the stimulus not working as well as it should have.
This is what, I mean, he told this to people last night at one of his town hall meetings, that if George Bush hadn't stopped the programs dead in his tracks, that the stimulus would be working better. But now it is starting to turn out jobs because the Bush is on the run. He's not president. That's what they're trying to figure out. That there's something. Okay, I even heard this morning Kirsten Powers, who's basically a Democratic Party butt kisser, said she doesn't understand what this man is talking about. Everything that you don't want to be saying at this election, he's running against Bush, he's running against business, and he's running against anybody that wants to start a business.
Court ruling or no, gay service members no, not to tell.
Because it was a Mickey Mouse ruling by a judge in Riverside, California that has a history of gay rights, which means the Supreme Court will just throw it out on the merits of the fact he should have excused himself from the case. I mean, even, Cragen is excusing herself from almost 2/3 of all the cases this year because of conflict of interest.
Does Reid's tepid performance give Engel an upper hand?
Well, that's what everybody, Democrats, are saying, that it's a lost cause now because she's outspending him 4-1, and she just gains they said, in order to try to give him the vote he needed, the Democrats have basically passed a thing to give Nevada a 3-week early voting period because people that generally vote earlier, Democrats, the people going to the polls are all against Reid. That's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign. Democratic partisans up in arms against U.S. Chambers donations.
They're not getting any donations from foreign countries to do commercials. They have foreign membership just like the AFL-CIO does. And by law, they're forbidden from using any of those donations for any political activity, just like the union.
So why are they up in arms?
Well, because Obama he's got to run an anti-business thing to suit the Democrats. Oh, I mean, you want to hear today that when we come back after this election, we're going to push the public. We're going to push the public option through because the people have demanded that we do it.
Yeah.
Another real winner for Obama to be saying.
Obama hitting the trail and still looks for ways to make his message stick.
He's saying nothing that anybody wants to hear. That's what I said. Kirsten Powers, she does not know. She said, if I was the Democratic Party, I'd lock him in a room until after the election because all he's doing is hurting every candidate. You know, he's saying nothing that anybody wants to hear. We don't have exterior microphones that we can use to listen.
Oh, part of it is I'm watching is I barely saw the airplane and then it just disappears into the clouds.
It's a real big fog bank.
Yeah, as you can see. Actually, I don't even know if they could have picked it up.
Well, actually, what it is the daddy to this is now available.
I know. I am so anxious to go get it.
We're ready to go get the daddy. We've been playing with the child. Now we're going to have the daddy.
Holder, feds will not look the other way if California legalizes pot.
Yeah, they look the other way for all the voting. Today, the feds decided to crack down on all of those 27 states that didn't send out the voting forms for all of the military personnel. Too late for them to vote, but they're not going to. We're going to crack down on marijuana. Well, yeah, like when hell freeze is over, because Obama wants to tax it.
And Obama admits those parts of the health care bill that are not going to work were Republican additions.
They couldn't get anything. This is, see what I mean? Isn't there a theme to everything this man is saying? that he's trying to ignore the fact that he didn't do anything in a bipartisan manner. Republicans couldn't stop anything, and George Bush isn't the president.
Well, don't you realize? Excuse me. Isn't it the last day to vote in Nevada now?
Well, it's the first day of the newly involved. You can cast your vote before the election, but like they said, all of the polling data says it's like 90% for Angle and 10% for Reed. His own son didn't even vote for him, I think they said.
Oh no! Actually, they're not supposed to be revealing that. Isn't that private information?
They're talking to people outside about Roy Reed said, I cannot support the actions of my father because they've been detrimental to this state.
Okay, now if he sits there and says things like that,
then you know that he didn't vote for his father.
Yeah. Google's Android operating system is more attractive than ever.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to get an Android.
Oh, I am so excited. There's so much new technology coming out right now before the holidays. In fact, what did you told me today, what is it, a new cell phone a week or something?
Yeah, I think that AT&T is putting a new cell phone a week into their stores, and for the, and naturally hers comes due right today.
So I'm like really anxious.
Yeah, because we're going to have an app for Android.
Yay! Yeah. And Clinton drums up support for Democrats in California.
Well, even though he totally dislikes Reed, and he doesn't really go along with the gay rights movement, he's supporting Brown and Gavin Newsom, which Newsom is 4 inches taller than Obama, than 4 inches taller than Clinton.
Really?
Well, I can see what Kimberly Guilfoyle saw at him now. Exactly.
Wow. Fed considers raising inflation expectations to boost the economy.
And this is it. I mean, raised inflation, which will force businesses to spend more of their money and hire less people. That's brilliant, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That's more Obama's touch for people.
Foreign policy problems for Obama.
Well, yeah, the Israelis are basically burning his effigies. The Russians don't pay any attention to him. The Chinese are laughing at him, trying to put sanctions on him, and they own all our debt, and at any minute they want to, they can destroy the economy.
GM installs electric chargers for Volt.
Yeah, and it's kind of added more cost today. I see, this morning I saw the car doesn't have any bloody range to it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it takes 14 hours to charge the bloody battery.
Yikes.
It has no range, takes a half a day to charge a battery. But it's going to, these cars, $40,000. The Mitsubishi is $30,000, has an 80-mile range total. You can't drive a car in Southern California.
Yeah, it's like you can't work with like that. Republicans know they can't deliver on a single promise they are making to the voters.
That they did admit yesterday, because they said Obama is going to rule by executive order, and he will veto anything the Republicans do. He will flat out shut the nation down if the Republicans give him funding for health care.
Straight talking engineer was behind the Chile rescue.
Well, yeah, because that's his job. I mean, it's not like he was going to get killed or anything. He's up on the top explaining things.
And tablets contribute to PC market pain.
Yeah, well, it's the netbook pain. It's not hurting the PCs, it's killing the netbooks, though.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, somebody said the netbook was always a mistake. They were underpowered and didn't do anything.
Well, people started looking at them for email, but it's like, if you sat there and looked what they could do, I mean...
Well, yeah, they got you can get a better processor, faster speed, and use the tablet, and for less money. So.
Mm-hmm. And U.S. soldier faces court-martial over Afghan killings.
Well, Obama's going to convict people in the military one way or the other. That's his entire thing, is I have to convict soldiers of murder or rape or other crimes in order to show that I support democracy. I was listening to a thing last night. A Muslim said, frankly, we're ashamed of your president because we all know that he is a Muslim, and he is so ashamed of his religion he refuses to admit he is a Muslim. Another reason the Muslims are unhappy with him.
Actually I could understand that from their viewpoint.
Yeah, he's a disgrace to their people.
Because he won't admit that he is.
That's right.
Yeah. California woman killed after driving replica Indy car.
Yeah, at the Mario Andretti School in Fontana. That's basically
really?
That basically finishes them off.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Ooh. So you bought a foreclosed home. Now what?
Well, actually, it's in limbo for the next year to 3 years because of Obama's slight mistake. He just wanted to stall things for the election to basically make himself look like a good guy. Democratic attorney generals that were in trouble decided to latch on to it, and then Republicans, because of the fact they have to go by the rule of law, then had to join in. So it's a 50-state moratorium on foreclosures, which means the people own the banks for the most part now, and people aren't going to be paid on their homes. And they said 1/3 of the public now said if this is the way it's going to be, we're just not going to make payments on our houses either. Those are the people that aren't in foreclosure. They're saying it.
I know.
1/3 of those paying it is going to stop paying.
Ouch.
Well, you can't get thrown out of your home.
Yeah,
now.
you can't get thrown out of your house. And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Well, this is one for the Democrats. That if you keep doing what the people tell you not to do, you're bound to get yourself thrown out of office.